You should have acted. They're already here. The Elder Scrolls told of their return. Their defeat was merely a delay. Till the time after Oblivion opened. When the Sons of Skyrim would spill their own blood. But no one wanted to believe they even existed. And when the truth finally dawns, it dawns in fire. But there's one they fear. In their tongue, he is Dovahkiin, Dragonborn.
Okay, now I am just living in opulence. I have a home in Whiterun, a home in Riften, a large beautiful home paused in construction in Falkreath, and now a new wealthy home in Solitude. I only chose those areas because they are central to my work as the Dragonborn in those far-off places. However, it also has a lot to do with me liking the city or not. I would never buy that home in Windhelm where the necromancer murderer did those killings and experiments. And I don't much like Windhelm anyway. Nor do I care that much for Markarth, though I would much rather buy a home there than in Windhelm. Throwing me in prison and their conflict with the Forsworn has soured how I feel about that hold, so no, I won't be buying a home there. I do, however, like the Silverblood Inn, so that's just convenient for me. Inns typically are convenient, but it's also nice to have a home there, if you especially like the place. I'm thinking I will return to finishing up Lakeview Manor sooner than I had thought. Perhaps when I am ready to pursue getting heavily involved with the civil war against the Stormcloaks, which is coming soon. I have the 2 girls that I have adopted and take care of course with the help of Lydia and her protection of them in Breezeholm. I will also need a place for them to go where I feel that they will be safe. Also, should I die, I want to leave them a nice big home that they can be proud of. Just because I am the almighty Dragonborn hero doesn't mean that I am immune to death. After fighting against Alduin and how close that was, I know I should plan ahead more for the people close to me. A completed big new home with Serana and, Lucian and Lydia and Rhea there to protect the girls, while I take Inigo and Bladecap with me would probably be the best. I want them to be protected, and I don't want the fuss of Lucian or Lucian to come along with me. I have shown him Skyrim and how to fight and pushed him to grow up as much as I can. He can at the least help me out and protect my family while I am gone. Sort of like it was with Remiel in a way. Besides, we are friends and party members on our adventures, but we are not married to one another. People must move on. Speaking of that, I have a new housecarl with me named Jordis. Jordis the Sword-Maiden. Of course, she is extremely good-looking as well. A classic-looking, beautiful Nord woman. However, I can use her help in the next series of quests I'm about to get into, along with my wife, Serana, of course. We are to escort Viranya to a place in the hot springs in Eastmarch. We are after vampires again, which is a bit of a break from all the small things I have been up to in the past few weeks. And killing vampires is always a good thing. So, let us get on with it. Well, I've got another escort job. Well, it's not an escort job I'm talking about, but it is a job in which they will be following me on the ground, and I guess I cannot way outpace her. She wants me to escort Viranya to Kronvigr Cave. And on the way, before we go there, I've got one more convector to place the warp soul gem into, so we'll be doing that. Alright, let's do it. Alright, we're most of the way there, but... Bear, stupid bear. This way. There's a... Okay, if this is going up to Mzulft, we've been there. It's not just what I'm about to try to do, there's an actual pathway. You should be able to see it. How does one get up there, though? That's... At this point... Really doesn't matter. My map shows that there's two, it doesn't matter. They're side by side. I may have passed it already and I wasn't even looking. But I think you can see like a arch, a Dwemer-made arch from the road. This is not right here. What was that? Some ancient... Oh, this is a dragon band. Oh, that's that angry bear. Shut up. Annoying.
Only a fool lets himself get surrounded.
Annoying. Trying to do... There it is. I see the arch. No, Serena, you caught up. Who's that? Oh yeah, yeah. Is it this way? Okay. Let's try going for the southern one that was on my map. One more. And then we can return to Arniel again at some point in, Oh, I've been all through here. Last thing I want to do is go back... Wait, storm room. Last thing I want to do is go back inside. Mzulft. Oh, this is what I need to do. I thought it was outside. There was one outside that was... We passed it by, but it was more off the way. I know. I already passed it, I know. I'm just looking through this room. I mean, I read the markings as saying storeroom. Yes, I can read some Dwemer things. Remember that, what is that thing? That orb thingy that I had to return gave me some knowledge. I can read some basic things, not everything, obviously. It's a lot of Dwarven things, or complex the way they speak. I can read like maybe a 5-year-old, 6-year-old child. So basic stuff. And Garathi's skull. Oh, that is the one. That's what I have to return to the tomb. Right, warp soul gem. Right, and then where is it? It's a fire spell. Arniel's convection. I've accomplished a lot of quests, but I have to say this is one of the stranger ones.
Really the place for your little jokes.
Right, well, we have it. Huh. Of course, it's a beautiful Ultimar woman. I am surrounded by beautiful women. A man's thoughts go wild, but thankfully I'm not a man that's lonely. So, they go a little wild, not too wild. And of course, I can control myself. Yes, that just almost doesn't seem like a real quest of all the quests I've done. This one, almost like it just made up busy work. For that Arniel Gain. That Arniel Gain fellow. Right, well, we still have Magnus out. Oh. Head to head. Horse head to horse head. This reminds me of the time my brother ran his horse into a tree when we were young. The horse lived. Too bad my brother lived too. Ah, I shouldn't say that. What is this? Oh, come on. Oop. Sorry, Jordis. What's this? I don't even think that this is a bandit.
Bastard! Guard!
Is there any more? I think that was just a Nord out for a fight. He found someone he thought was worth it. Magnus is going down. Ooh, dragon. I thought I heard something in the background. What is it? Yeah, Well, how about venison's? No, where's it? Why can't I find it? Porker stew. Blackbriar meat. Right, well, dragon that way. So we've got this thing, the last thing for Arniel Gain. It's up there. Deliver the soul gem to him. We have to go to Kronvegar cave. It's not that far. Let's watch out for the giant camp, which I see is ahead. Maybe we can catch that dragon. Could always use another dragon soul. Oof, stupid wolves. Oh, that wolf learned not to.
That's what I thought.
I think that they would all learn. Okay, into the hot water. Feel that steam. Warm here. Oh no, I'll never attack the dragon on a horse. Let's see if I can't get it down. Oh, what am I doing? Dragon rend. Come on, dragon. Oh, you need to get out of the way. Alright. You've been shackled. This is not a weak dragon. Okay, damage. Fortify health. I have so many potions that I made for myself. I'm not sure if it's breathing fire. But I have a lot of healing potions I made. Where's the little ones here? Alright. Don't fight back, that's okay. Kill the dragon. Ah, there's the fire. Ah, tired. All these little potions. And, restore stamina. Oh, you should not be able to fly. Come back down. That's it. Now meet your end. Okay. Tired. Can't harm me with all these little healing potions I have. Vigor, stamina. I don't have enough. Dragon! Me, I'm able to take on the tough dragons by myself. That is good. With my latest skills and armor and my superior protection against at least fire is my resistance. With this one, and there is another one. Restoration, quiet, frost resistance there. What was this? Well, I was really focused on frost and fire. I know shock is different. I don't have any shock protection. Okay, so I really just took up my frost resistance over 116%. But fire went up too. Right, you need bones.
I possess a forgiving nature, and I'm not easily insulted.
Oh. Did I accidentally hit you? Sorry. Okay. I need 3 dragon bone, 3 dragon scale. Or sorry, 10 each. I wasn't able to complete her. I would like to give her a better shield.
Just sensing your magica reserves. You truly are incredible.
That bear. Really, bear? You're wasting so much energy on trying to intimidate us.
Star.
It's not working. I can kill you in 2-3 hits. Well, that was a good fight. Actually, I was happy about that. I brought it down, and I was also able to really harm it. Pretty much on my own, and withstand its blast. I mean, I've killed many, but I'm trying to say that it was not an easy dragon, and I'm trying to assess my skills against an upcoming battle with Alduin. Obviously, Alduin is about 50 times tougher than that dragon, but I'm just saying I was able to stand my ground. Really, I only have to heal myself. A minor amount compared to previous times. Right, Crown Vigor Cavern. It's this way. Oh, very humid. Sweating. I'm not meant for the warmth. I provide my own warmth. Amelia used to say I was very warm. Get into bed and she would put her cold feet on my side, warming herself up. I fought and said, "Stop doing that. You're bugging me. Why are you doing that?" I mean, she's laughing, I'm laughing. But I actually kind of liked it in the end. I was providing her a service, warming her up. Ooh, spiders. We must be right there. No giant spiders, please. Oh no, the cave's right here. I think I've seen this cave. I think I've been in it.
Look at that. A cave. Who knows what could be down there?
You haven't been adventuring that much, have you? Oh, that's fine. Serana's Nord like me. Well, she's more Nord than I
was
am.
hoping it wouldn't smell this bad.
Right? What's next? I'm glad you're here, Viranya.
Outside mark this cave as a beast lair. If the Nightwalkers live here, there must be a secret entrance.
Vampires. Oh. I know I've been here before. I mean, it's marked on my map that oh, it is spiders. I want thing about spiders is that they make good target practice. Not this many, though. Oh, I'm using the wrong arrows. Should use that on the dragon fight. Ebony. Oh, you brought that one back. Oh, oh. Which one is which? I am able to slow down time with my new skills. The better... Well, it seems like it is, but it's just me concentrating. The wolf? Well...
I'm okay with the dog.
No!
But I've spent more than my share of time in caves already.
Of all the things you bring back, don't bring back spiders. This is pretty obvious. Haven't we been here? Oh, oh, yeah. I'm trying to maintain the fact that I'm in stealth. Did not expect that.
Sure, I might have some dirt in my past, but that's just ancient history. You know what I mean? I smell blood.
Oh, the wolf is... Spectral wolf is not dead. Foul. Vampire.
I may still.
Wait, kill it.
There you are.
I'm sorry, but you left me with no choice.
Just vampires. You're doing Nern a service killing these things. Black Soul Gem. They always have such goodies on them, these ones. Ring of Peerless Destruction. I was hoping to come in stealthy, but... Aye, the fires, the flames there, preclude that. This, I don't think they're all dead. Spider Cage Key? Ew, do I want it? Vampire Naturalist Journal.
He was one of our best men.
What?
The cowardly beast must be tried.
I think that's Viranya. She ran ahead. Something. She probably found somebody is
On
dead.
the contrary, Vigilant, theirs is a formidable race, and we must acknowledge
him.
their strength if we are to vanquish them.
And what kind of monster are you to walk amongst these demons?
I think I met him.
I am no monster. I am a soldier in the war to cleanse the land of impure blood.
Then you're with the Dawn God.
No. Ours is a group that dates back to the Oblivion Crisis. I am a member of the Order of the Virtuous Blood.
Never heard
Virtuous
of it.
blood. I've never heard of such an order.
True, the Order's presence is not as widespread as the Vigilance. But while yours was to rid the land of Daedra, ours was to purge the unclean. This war was thrust upon you, but we have been fighting it from the moment we were conceived.
Then you will tell me what you know of this place, soldier, and where to find the rest of this clan.
It is not ours to tell, but another may provide what you seek. The two of you follow me, and I will show you what I mean. Before you arrived, I had been watching this cabin for 3 days. Ours was to wait for the rest of the clan. When you eliminated the thralls, I had no choice but to join the fight. I found this one pressed against the shadows, completely invisible, if not for magic. Yours is to train in detecting life, to find Daedra wherever they hide. But vampires are members of the undead.
A vampire? Why does he still live? Explain yourself.
Calm yourself, Vigilant. His is a blood that has not fully spoiled. Perhaps he knows where his clanmates have run off to.
Very well. Interrogate your prisoner. But when it is done, he will answer to Stendarr for his crimes.
I apologize, boy. The High Elf has seen many of her friends die at the hands of the impure, just as your life was stolen by their wickedness. The unclean, the ones whose blood is spoiled, they are not your family. You need not protect them.
Mara's eye. They came from Mara's eye. Through the ice.
The Volkihar.
No longer with the clan. Twins. Like Rinori. Tell her I'm sorry. It was my fault.
Divines cleanse your blood. The divines bring us together once more. Ours is to delight in your passing. Yet, this is not the time for a lengthy reunion. I know the ones he speaks of. Twin Dunmer. If the rumors are true, they once served Clan Volkihar. Of course, they say these two were afflicted by 3 separate diseases. Power, hunger, and madness. If Clan Volkihar is truly as paranoid as the tales say, then you can see why such a pair would be exiled.
That's odd, though, but they must have presented a threat. He also mentioned Rinori. I know that name. In fact, I've met her.
Yes, as have I. Both her and Arlas have made me realize that the war I fight is against those who have fed. The taint comes only when you drink the blood that is not your own.
That is all fine and good, but you have yet to reveal how you know these twins. What are you hiding?
My soul is bare, Vigilant, as are my words. Yours is to listen so that you may understand. There are stories of vampire changelings who prey on children and take their forms. The Telboth of legend are one such clan. They simulate their lives. They come home to their victims' families and eat at their tables. They let the mothers of the dead kiss their foreheads and tuck them to sleep. And when they have grown to full size, it is the parents on whom they feast. These
yes,
twins,
I've heard of that.
Elroth and Egrind, they were my old partner's kin. He knew them, loved them, raised them. His was to tell me a story of a cold, bleak night when the walls of his home were painted in blood.
Nonsense. What you speak of are nothing more than children's ghost stories. They are vampires, are they not? Then they can be slain. Moreover, we are not a married couple looking to rear children. The craven tactics you describe will not serve them on the field of war. Come, let us hurry and be done with these vampires. Every minute we are separated from Stendarr's beacon puts it in further peril.
Well, I know it gets Gets attacked Stendar's beacon by vampires. I thought I picked up the key. Maybe I didn't. Well, I can unlock this one.
So, what's inside?
Binding, Phil Soul Gem. Maybe it was something that I dreamed of? I don't know. I sort of remember a place just like this. I don't know why. I've been adventuring so much, it's all blurring together now. What is this? Ghostly remains. Oh, they're thralls.
Now that I'm human again, shouldn't you know that?
Spider cage key. Invigoration. Let's sell that.
I'm tired.
Okay. Get into that cage. Why is the vampire in there? Was it hiding? The Book of Data. I've also picked up a book and I forget. Or I didn't look at what it is, so. Strong box. Nothing in there. Is that the illusion of gold? The locked room. I'm a thief. Of course I've got to go. Ugh! Really? This what you like to sleep next to? Somebody's ribcage and spine? Oh, these people are just... They're not normal. They have to be put down. All of them. Oh, I thought that was a door. Okay. And you're in the way. The group is getting bigger. You're not attacking. What are you? Ugh. It doesn't have anything. Anyways, Spider, I may regret this, but you're free. And I don't want anything to do with you. Ever. Imagine having that thing as a pet. All I'll be thinking about is it wants to eat me.
What? Nah!
No fire, please. Alright, we've been through here, so... Wait, what do we... Mara's Eye Pond. That sounds familiar, too. I think I might know where that is. I thought it was around here. Yes, it is exactly the place I thought it was. Search Mara's Eye Pond. Yeah, I think that spider was someone's pet. That's why it's not attacking. They will have nothing to do with that thing. Right, well... Give me a cat. Actually, I need to get a cat. I don't know about a calico, though. They can be a little crazy. They say orange cats are crazy. Calicos are even worse.
Now that I'm human again, shouldn't you know not to take me out on late-night escapades? I'm tired.
I suppose we have to do this at night. No time to sleep. It is Skyrim summer. Now it is mid-year. Technically it was the previous month, but Mara's Eye Pond, I knew I've heard of it. It's really close. So let's mark it. I could walk on foot there, but I'm a horse rider. I've been one since I was a teenager. Not that I'm lazy. Oh, I'm in perfect shape. All the exercise I get. Especially from smithing. Oh, it's this way. It's just if I can ease the burden of time and burning unnecessary food that I eat, then this is okay. Right, Bear, you're ticking me off. Marazai Pond is just up, maybe up to the left of here. Bear. Bear of Eastmarch. Might as well call me the Bear Killer. I don't think that Ulfric would appreciate that name. Bear Killer's coming after you. Okay, so this is Marazai Pond. We've been here. There was a tent around here. There's a boat in the little pond. It'd be nice if I could do some fishing here. Oh, Skyrim. The only place where I know it snows in summer. Well, we're here. Where's that, Argonian?
This place makes me feel a little uneasy.
Right, let's see if I can get across there.
What?
Ah! My feet dragged along the water. I saw a mud crab the other day. Horrible creatures.
For the Vigilance.
Get away.
Ah, target practice. Got it. Is there another mud crab?
Only a fool lets himself get surrounded.
There's a hatch here. Oh, there's also that. Okay, come. There's a hatch here. What now? Don't just let it get away. Right, let's go in stealth-like. Oh, you're blocking the way, guys. Hey, watch out. I'm trying to be stealthy. Well, this is a place I never knew existed. When the pond was frozen, did they reach up and try to grab people and turn them into vampires?
Well, we're here. Where, pray tell, are the Night Stalkers your hostage promised us? Do not tell me
body's
that
over
boy
there.
played us
What?
for fools.
I knew I'd find you.
Yeah!
Bad time to get lost, friend.
Kill it.
Against vigilance.
Yeah.
These great supplies and food ransacked from the docks of Windhelm.
That proves nothing. They could belong to bandits, smugglers even.
Perhaps. Yet they could also belong to vampires, stocking up for a protracted dawn. There. Look at the table.
Vampires give me the creeps.
Fresh bones and blood. They were here.
It seems your hostage was not entirely useless after all. The question now is, where have they gone?
Yes, it does seem rather peculiar that not a single vampire would remain to guard the supplies. Unless the supplies themselves were meant to hide something deeper.
What do you mean?
The pond is surrounded by land, but the water here runs underground. You spoke to the sister, did you not? Hers, whose family was taken? Remember what she said about the vampires? How they used the river to phase through the ice?
What sister? Phasing through ice? What is he talking about?
Haven't you read that book? Yes. Yes. Okay, so I know that's the vampire I met in Windhelm. The vampire at Krongvenger. His sister lives in Windhelm.
Are you implying this abomination is allowed to walk the city streets?
Yeah.
And the two of you allow it? I'm beginning to question whether this group your friend belongs to has any order or virtue to speak of. We're already fairly deep. How much further can we possibly descend?
To Blackbreach, I guess. Is there something even below that? See, that's kind of scary. What's below that? If there is such a thing. Anyways, I'm curious, what was this journal? Vampire Naturalist Journal. Means that they're into wildlife. While my siblings may be obsessed with the taste that fear imbues in the blood of mortals, I find that pain lends a much more potent sweetness, and nothing is quite so capable of causing pain as the venom of a frostbite spider. But alas, the usual method of harvesting frostbite venom involves killing the spider, a costly and dangerous venture. Far too little venom can be obtained through violent methods for the experiments I wish to conduct. To that end, I have captured a frostbite spider from deeper in the cave so that I might regularly collect its venom, which seems to be unusually potent. I discovered that it appears to have some measure of intelligence, and I have been attempting to teach it to obey certain orders. Oh, how delicious it would be to have a tame spider entangle my prey on command. I think I will name it Arachnia. That's the spider in that cave I freed. Have your stupid journal back. So I think this was originally a smuggler's cave that the vampires came in and took over. Black soul gems. If you ever wonder why I have so many. Well, the vampires I've killed. Immortal blood, of course. That's like their bedtime reading before they fall asleep. Immortal blood. This is probably someone they fed on. Smuggler's Journal. This war isn't as good for business as I thought it would be. Sure, the pay is good, but the runs are harder with all the extra soldiers on the roads, and finding jobs that are worth the risk is difficult. Well, it really got worse once Ulfric killed the High King Torg. Like our current job, Guy hires us to move a bunch of crates with few questions asked, so we get the goods here, and I take a look in the boxes just to know what I've gotten myself into. And what do I find? Bodies! That bastard has me moving bodies. Well, I stripped them of their jewels and gold, so the joke's on him. Amethyst. Sapphire. Coin purse.
There is a trapdoor, it must be in this pool, camouflaged by the water.
You think?
That's where we'll find them.
Alright, just hold on. Thief of me can't let loot, potential loot go. Plentiful healing.
So,
Not much is in here. A little bit of gold. Sorry, my wife. I'm sorry. But you're in the way.
Lucky for you, possess a forgiving nature, and I'm not easily insulted.
Okay, let's go down. It's not as deep as I feared it would be. Oh, there's a trapdoor in the water. I hope you all know how to swim.
It seems your instincts were correct, Argonian. I was wrong to question you. I disagree. There's no turning back now. In this case, we will be better prepared if we assume the worst.
Well, he should come down. Wolves. Don't mind taking out vampire masters or whatever they are, lords. Ancients. There's got to be one right there.
There's someone there.
Like wolves too. What was that? It just blew up.
not
admit,
someone to be
I'm
trifled with.
disappointed.
Hanging moss. Okay, we keep moving deeper. I never expected this to turn into a huge thing when I went over to, what the heck was that name? Where I met Viranya, Stendar's Beacon. Take it the sun is up because I feel odd. There. Cure disease. Splits. Huh. I have no idea where to go. Maybe that way.
What was that?
With them facing, each facing the opposite way, I couldn't backstab them there. With it facing me, I can't walk over there and backstab it either.
Mercy!
Guess I could now if I run up. Anyways, it's also satisfying using my bow. Where's my wife? Okay. She wants to play those games.
What the?
Stay with me, please. This is just a side chamber. Old Nordic ruins here. Yeah, they built it into it. Both of them on the back. Previous kills they've made. Now we're blending vampires and old Nordic ruins. I let her live, the one in the city, because, well, Serana was cured. I told her where to go to get her cure, but I don't think she listened. Foggy inside of a dungeon. Please don't push me, Serana. What are you doing?
Something's not right.
Jeez. Take this.
I'm gonna put you.
Pathetic!
Just a number.
Always, my love.
I was moving in for a backstab, but there's so many of them, and my wife gave me away. Oh, it's the ceiling. It is now ice ceiling. Getting a little tired. Oops, getting a little tired. There's more wolves ahead. I can hear them.
How deep does this canyon go?
Don't push me, Serana.
It must have taken them centuries to dig this. True enough. But they feel the light, and we will cast it upon this tunnel and burn their souls to dust.
Right, we need to go and get down. Kill whoever's the master here and be done with it. And I will need to take another potion of cure disease before I leave. Actually, I can always ask while we're here because she might just take off. Viranya, I'd like you to cure me.
Stendar's light purify you of your ills.
Thank you. Since they are priests too. Oh, don't move. No.
Hello? Who's there?
Got her anyways. She moved just the wrong time. Argonian? Raised zombie? Way up?
Another corpse. And a dark elf.
Like cowards, they prey upon the refugees and take advantage of the Jarl's indifference.
Or they act as refugees themselves. Theirs is to play the same game they played as children. They walk amongst the downtrodden, posing as their kin.
So we have to go to Windhelm then.
If what you say is true, then the girl's story was a lie. She says they came from the river, and that they phased through the ice. Your attachment to this brother and sister is affecting your judgment. How can we be certain they are not the twins we seek?
I don't know. Let us see where this tunnel ends. It may take us to the bottom of the White or inside the city. Then we'll know for sure.
We could be a... Okay. Then then we could be under Windhelm right now. Nothing here. Wait. This one keeps taking off. Where'd you go, Argonian? Hey. Just follow me. Okay, so now he's... I told him to follow me. He keeps going off on his own, which is really annoying.
The Windhelm warehouse. You see? Ori was telling the truth.
On the contrary, Argonian. We may be near the docks, but we're still inside the city.
The spirit of Windhelm. I guess
Do
he
you
did it
think a
some-
god would notice a horde of vampires diving into the river? We're on the other side of the bank. There's no strategic advantage to using this tunnel whatsoever. Unless your aim was to get inside the city walls.
You may be right. Was I blinded by what happened to our lass? Is this girl no different than that child? It seems I am in need of your counsel once more. You have spoken with the girl. What do you think?
That refugee? I felt bad for her. The wise course is to approach her, but with caution.
Ours will be cautious. In fact, the vigilant may have to be restrained. But yes, I agree. If Rinori is the one Ala spoke of so many years ago, then deception is her greatest weapon. On the other hand, if she is innocent, then she should be afforded an opportunity to clarify her story. She was staying at the Corner Club last I remember. Let's head over there.
Yeah, I've seen her there, yes. Well, I'm a bit of in a middle position. I mean, I really don't like vampires. Oh, remember these idiots attacking us. Their bodies are really smelling up the room. Because my wife was a former vampire, and she was one when I met her. Her mother Although I don't think she was good, but at least she opposed her father, or sorry, her husband, from destroying the world, blotting out Magnus and all that. So I wouldn't say Valerica, Serena's mother, is good, but Serena was good from the start. And if she never turned human, if she never cured herself, then you know what? I'd be okay with that. Speaking of that.
Foos! What are you doing?
Apparently attacking you. Sometimes I forget what shout I have.
You know, you could have waited a bit longer.
Stay with me. Not the gods. You're as bad as Inigo.
We Nords are strong, and we're as tough as stone. They never wait.
Well, that's true. But I don't go around saying that. Right, so let's go to the Niece's Corner Club. It's this way. Everybody follow. Well, I trust that they will. If not, I'll just do it myself. Right. She's unmistakably a vampire. I knew she was one from the moment I saw her eyes. They're like a abnormal purple or whatever. And we're missing my wife again.
What the?
Stop wandering off. You know, this is life or death. We are a party of adventurers. This is the merchant. This is what we're looking for here. And you, those super black eyes. And he's not a vampire. Right, everybody's
it's not
here.
even the farthest north of Skyrim, yet it feels like I'm in Atmora.
I had expected Ysgramor's city to be bigger.
Come on in. Just stoked the fire.
Let me know if
Take
you
a
need
seat
anything.
and get the cold out.
Yes, Amberose. It's about the twins. They've been so helpful, but I was wondering if they could spend another night here at the Corner Club. Belen has some company coming over, and I'm afraid we don't have the space.
The new Nissa's Corner Club. A bit eccentric, but I like that.
But these twins you speak of,
are the High King.
where do they come from?
Your great honor.
They're refugees from Morrowind, just arrived last week. Pleasant lads, the both of them. We've all been passing them around from home to home until they get settled.
Oh no.
Lucky for Amberose, we had to cut our turn short. It's a shame, really.
She's not a vampire.
They've been so wonderful to have around the house.
I hope not.
You mean to tell me you're harboring vampires in this very building?
Vampires?
Up the stairs. Don't let them escape.
Oh, that's a vampire. One down.
I'm sorry.
Another one.
I'm sorry. No
It appears
choice.
we've arrived not a moment too soon. No doubt these two were ingratiating themselves with the locals. Had they been allowed to succeed, the Grey Quarter would have suffered an epidemic of vampirism.
Yes.
Moreover, the Jarl could have used it as a pretense to purge the entire city of outsiders. Thanks to our efforts, both those circumstances have been averted.
They could already be infected. You heard what Morvaith said.
The thought did cross my mind. The Argonian did say these heathens preferred the slow hunt, but we cannot take him at his word. As an honorary vigilant, I task you with the responsibility of sweeping the city and locating any who have turned. Report back to me at the beacon.
Really? Then are you just
In
giving
any
orders to
event,
the Dragonborn?
it seems our lass will have a measure of peace now that his kin have been avenged. Still, the war rages on.
And I, for one, am glad to have you on our side. We may have our differences, but you have proven yourself worthy. The
You
owner
know,
of the
my
Vigil's
great
blood
grandpa
is a friend
wouldn't
to the
complain
Vigil.
about getting stuck in the old Dagon's place
Here I
if he had
thought
seen
we were
the
going to
state
leave
of
on
this
bad
dump.
terms.
Wish I could just...
Why would you assume such a thing?
start afresh.
I have been nothing but courteous to you.
We'll build us our own. A little but very special
I can
place
never
by a
tell
lake.
if you're using humor.
With your pay, right?
With so much ice
around.
around.
In any case, thank you again for your assistance. But I must take my leave. I'm headed back to the beacon.
Argonians live 100 years?
Until next time, Vigilance.
Maybe, but I don't plan to stick around that long just because I
Yes,
can.
until we meet again. Walk always in the light, to both of you.
Gods go with you.
Vigilance takes her
Viranya.
leave, but ours has one more task to complete.
You mean scouring the city?
I have spoken with Falion about a cure. All we need is to deliver the girl.
Yes. Oh, that would be good. I'd be down with that. That one that talked to, I tried to
How
tell her
can I
about the
be
cure.
of service today?
Are you a bard? Tell me about yourself.
There is so much not to talk about a girl named Roxelle. But I can tell you a little tale of two sisters who came to the world together under the same moons. In their own reflections, they would see each other. They were raised equally. At a table, they shared the same bread. At the temple, the twins shared their equal blessing.
Alright, let her finish her story. She's an odd one.
But one day, when there was no moon in the sky, a pale-skinned elder took a girl while her sister was still in her sleep. The sisters were no longer the same. Where love flourished in one, hate grew darker in the other. Where light shined on one's trails, shadow followed the others. As a girl desperately watches her sister's heart straying further than ever, she looked into the water, and for the first time in her life, there was herself. For the first time, she could see the treacherous, twisted world she was born into. So she fled, into the wilds, into the calling of Lady Inareth. Now the girl is still following that voice, to carve out a world with raw passion. She beats her drum in a rhythm of nature, reminding the people of her blessing. Is this my story, you ask? Perhaps not. But perhaps this is your story. Have you ever noted something that made you feel right or feel wrong, yet you make an effort to get away and bury it? You need to explore it. Listen to your heart.
What happened to the other twin, the one who didn't run?
There is no knowing, for that was the end of the tale. Some things are better to be left untold.
There has to be more to this story.
If you insist on knowing more about it, I'm not sure telling you all that I know is the right thing to do. But maybe there's your role in this tale, to bring closure. But you have to promise me, not a word to my friends, not to anyone. This is a part of me nobody must know.
Okay, but you're talking to a random stranger about it, but understood.
I was raised among these people. I never knew how to call them until I overheard a wanderer talking about her travels in the Reach, just a few nights ago. They're called Forsworns.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I can show you in your map where they used to live. Perhaps she might still be there. If you see her, my sister, would you tell her I am doing fine? Can I protect you?
Alright. Roxelle, huh? Okay. You've got a twin sister in... Oh, what? They're busy. I mean, they got one here. We just took out the two vampires. Are you alright?
Any more songs for you?
Oh, you're the singer here.
I'm a new hire, along with these two friends of mine. Beale plays the flute and Roxelle strikes the drum.
Ah, I see. She's part of your group. You can go wherever you please to perform your singing, so why here?
For us self-made bards, there's no privilege of choosing which drunken faces and which town we'd like to perform to. We get whatever we can get. Besides, Windhelm is my home. These ancient stones have my name on them.
Self-made bards, so you didn't go to the Bards College.
They never came around, and never will. I've given them my best shot years ago.
Oh.
Still rejected me, and that's fine by me. Here, I've got friends. Good friends.
I can't remember
and
the last
that's
time
what matters
it was
most.
this cold, and for this long.
Okay. Well, let me give you some food.
Nice!
Have a horker stew, and take all my Nord meat. Alright, what's on the other vampire?
I wonder what happens when a customer can't afford to pay for a meal.
Oh, I'm sorry this happened in your business, but there's a journal here. Elroth's journal. "25th of last seed. Tonight's hunt went splendidly. We brought 2 new fledglings along and showed them how the river conceals our movements. The Argonian boasted he could do without the potion, but the fool didn't realize it wasn't for his lungs, but for his eyes. It wasn't long before he gave in and drank the vial. He complained of the taste. Onions. Told him. He thought I was joking." The night fell quickly as we made our way to Windhelm. Now is when the hunt is most ideal. The surface of the river is layers thick, sturdy enough to walk across, yet there are points in the flow where the ice melts at the slightest touch, and when the hunt begins, we phase through them effortlessly. Their blood glows hot, like hot suns, skating across the ice. I reach up and I grab one by the ankle. He will make for a fine meal. Oh, this is terrible. 14th of Frostfall. The tunnel is almost complete. To think it was only 3/4 of the way burrowed when we found it. I will miss our mighty forays into the river, but we have plenty of identities to use, and the Jarl's border policies have whittled our prey's numbers. Besides, Egrin is right. There is something nostalgic about feeding this way, worming our way into the Grey Quarter, earning the people's trust just as we did when we were children. Ah, so it is true then. There are vampire children who do that. That is scary enough. Okay then, well, I guess we go look for that vampire woman that just turned. She barely even knows she's a vampire. My apologies, I haven't had a good last week. I'm having a lot of trouble sleeping, and I've been getting constant migraines, so it's made creating more videos very difficult. It really also didn't help with all the issues I've gone through with the interesting NPC mod and the bugs that had me redoing parts of them several times, pretty much doubling the recorded time needed for those parts, which dominate this video and are in a little bit for the next one. Regular Skyrim quests are around 95% bug-free, but I find modded quests around 50%, which can be stressful when you've recorded for hours and encounter something that requires you to redo it several times to get it right. I'm doing the best I can for my channel. Sometimes it's not easy. Between my health and the recent issue with my video card failing, well, I publish the videos when I'm able to. Thanks for watching. Take care.